Welcome to Andrew Cray.
Wow, is that a new one?
Damn.
Okay.
All right, ready? 3, 2. Welcome to Nutz at Night, episode number 111. And it actually is one day before 11/11/2011. Isn't that weird?
Wow, it's cool.
It is cool.
We call that a coincidence in the real world.
Yes. Nutz at Night is the show on the Podnutz network where we talk about pretty much nothing in particular, but entertaining stuff nonetheless. It's tech-centric, but we kind of drift off in all different directions and we see what the heck happens. Who knows? Let me introduce the co-host for this show, Steve D'Amico from StevenD'Amico.com. What's up, Steve?
Hey.
How are you doing?
Great. Doing great. It's cold out here.
Yeah. Thanks for making your bed for the show, dude.
I ain't gonna make my bed.
Also joining us, Liam Tidwell from LiamTech.com. What's up, Liam?
Just enjoying my new house.
What a nice house. That's a beautiful corner of the ceiling we're seeing. So tell us a little bit about your new house.
It's on a sprawling 34 acres. It's
What, really?
4,700 square feet.
Wow.
I'm not telling you anything about my house. I don't need stalkers.
How many people do you think watch this?
Like 4 or 5 at least.
He doesn't want all the groupies I get.
Yes.
I had a fan come to this store the other day, actually.
That's pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, are you Chris Barre? Oh, no, it's just William.
A guy called me up looking for iPhone parts. And he says, yeah, I don't normally. And I told him, yeah, I don't normally sell them. He says, no, I'm a tech. And he says, wait a second. Are you Liam from Liam Tech? Well, yeah, you just called me, right? No, I mean Podnutz. Yeah. Oh, man, it's so nice to talk to you.
That's freaking cool, man. Love when that happens.
Like, yeah, come in. I'll give you one.
No, you got to cut him a break. Also joining us, Chris Barre from TechnologyAdventures.com, who's a rarin' for the show. What's up, Chris?
Hey guys, been a long time. It's good to see y'all.
Good to see you. Good, nice to know you're ready to start.
Oh yeah.
All right.
He started already.
All
Steve,
right.
sign into the chat.
In typical Nutz at Night fashion, we will start off with Steve D'Amico for the night. What do you got for us, Steve?
Which means you're up, Chris.
Go ahead, Steve.
No, I'm ready. Stop it, Liam. Well, it's been a while. So, Steve, how was Europe?
Dude, that's called stalling.
I didn't just
It's
go to
not-
Europe. I visited. I was on top of the Is it the Parthenon in Europe? Is that what is this in Greece? I was on
Yes.
top of that. Don't ask me how I got up there. I just woke up one day up. I was in the Soviet space station. I was in Washington D.C. I apparently joined the Geek Squad, and I found my old Mustang that I sold with the new owner attached. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, she looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you get her phone number?
Oh, totally.
Nice. Well, I hope you did because you had to sell it to her and everything.
It was through a third party.
Did we delay this show this long just so that it would be 11/11/11 on 11/11/11/11/11?
Wow, that's even more coincidental. It's 11
about
o'clock.
it.
It's 11 o'clock. In
No, it's not.
11 minutes, it will be 11:11. All right, so we'll bring it back up again in 11 minutes, 10 minutes.
It's actually 8:01 here.
All right, so I had some interesting stuff happen in the shop. I had a laptop I did a DC jack on. This is wonderful, right? I do a regular DC jack on a laptop. It's on a wire, so there's no soldering involved. I put the thing back together, right, and then I just I put it all back together. It starts working. I'm like, woohoo! All right, cool. So then I start taking a look at it, and then smoke comes out of it. Like a cigarette, like a lit cigarette inside the laptop. It's just like it's coming out the sides. And I was just like, oh my God. Have you ever, Steve, in all of your time being a tech, have you ever seen a laptop smoke in front of you?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. It was an HP.
Letting
It
the
was an
smoke
HP?
out is bad.
It wasn't coming out like you're talking in like billows, but it
It
started.
wasn't like, it was like a lit cigarette.
Yeah, it did that to me.
Really?
Yeah.
How did yours happen?
It was one of those ribbon cables on those HP DV models that drape across the top of the motherboard. Is that what happened to
Yeah.
you?
It was like that. It was it might as well have been that. It was a ribbon cable that was the power cable, just like that.
Yeah.
And it was a short one, and it affected the power switch just like yours, but it was a Dell. It was a Dell Latitude, and what happened was when I had tugged on it, and I only disconnected it from one side, and when I reconnected it properly, but I must have tugged it, and then it was like it was diagonally like connected on the other board, and of course the wires crossed in the ribbon cable, and the freaking thing whole totally toast. The ribbon cable burnt right down the line. I mean, it was smoking from the ribbon cable all the way down the line, and the board that it was attached to started burning, and it was pretty cool. It was definitely pretty eventful, and of course the laptop didn't start anymore, which wasn't. Yeah, it was pretty neat. So I had to eat the motherboard on that one, because it's bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did it. I did the damage. I mean, technically speaking, it was my fault. I had to eat the whole motherboard because the connector burnt out, but the motherboard turned out to be $67. Woohoo!
$67. What was the model number?
I forget offhand. It was a Dell Latitude version now. I have to look it up.
That's right.
I'd have to look that up in order to know, but pretty neat. Yeah.
That's
so I've
cool.
never seen one. I've never seen a laptop burn before.
That's good. Now, that's a fitting story. But I want to make a little disclaimer here before anybody else goes, because this is actually what's needed and wanted on Podnutz. If you have any computer repair stories, and you have a lot of them, I would love, because we need guests for Podnutz Daily, I would love for you guys to come on an episode of Podnutz Daily and just talk all about that stuff. You know what I mean? That would be cool. Smoking laptops, all right, that's good for Nutz at Night. But if you're really going to delve into computer repair, come on an episode. We could do a roundtable Podnutz, and we could do Podnutz Daily. So save it for that. Save it for that. Please.
No.
Damn it.
Sorry.
I want to go on with Chris. I want to go on a
roundtable.
Let's just change this to Podnutz at night.
Yeah, let's just do one night. Let's just do let's do 4 hours.
4 hours.
You just back in half.
All right. Liam, go ahead next.
Hold on before Liam. So I've done that too, Steve, even though I'm not a laptop repair guy, but I do it every once in a while. I'll find something in a box of parts, like an old router or an old modem of something, and then I'm pretty sure I found the correct AC adapter, and I look and they're fairly close, and I'm like, well, this thing is going in the garbage if I don't really know. And then you plug it in, and if you smell that smell, you're like, oh, that didn't work. Or it's like, woohoo, it lit up, and all was good. So I've sort of done the same thing.
Well, Chris,
I smell ozone. Something's not working.
Match the voltage. Just if it connects in, match the voltage. That's all you got to do. If you match the voltage,
sometimes you don't see it. Sometimes they're not right, or it's just not written on it correctly, and you're not totally sure. It's only happened once or twice.
But read the voltage on both. Just read the voltage. That's all you have to remember.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try
if it connects, read the voltage, and then now technically the amperage has to be higher on the adapter, but you don't have to remember that part. Just remember to match the voltage.
Read the voltage, but
and plug the laptop in to the power cord first.
It's never a laptop. It's always like an old cable modem or a really crappy router or something. No. It's always something really cheap.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to make more technology burn.
Not a good idea.
I want to get a special power supply where I can overcook things. That'd be kind of fun. Here's a little one. If you overdo a capacitor,
That's not
and you
the
actually
first time you said that.
Shut up. If you ever get the privilege to actually see or hear a capacitor explode, it sounds like a firework. By the way, just to let you know.
Thanks.
Is that cool?
It is pretty cool.
It snaps like a firework, and let me just tell you, when the case is off and you and it snaps, like when you're like 2 feet away from it, it does. I don't care who you are, you're gonna leap off the ground a little bit. It's gonna scare you.
All right, well, we'll be ready for that.
Okay.
I hate Skype.
Go ahead, Liam.
Skype. I just really hate Skype.
Okay.
Why can't it be easy to use?
What are you trying to do with it?
I just want to look at links I gave to Steve earlier today, but no, I don't know where to find those on the Mac version. Hey, Steve, remember the map with the old computer components? Why don't you find that for me?
Okay. You guys just want to wait and take your time, or
No.
I could go to Chris. Want to go to Chris?
No. I'm just saying to him, he can do that while I'm looking, or he can look for that while I'm talking about this other thing. So here's an interesting story about cats, since everybody likes cats and you don't want to hear my technology stories on the tech podcast.
Shut up.
Everybody's all teched out after the last month.
I actually need content for Podnutz Daily. Yes. What do you want to talk about?
Well, you just cut and paste. No, I posted the link in the chat there. This is a two-faced cat.
Oh, this is brutal.
It looks like some sort of crazy Photoshop thing. Like, you can't look at it and not think that's Photoshopped. But apparently this is
it
totally
grotesque?
legit.
Is it
It's
grotesque?
not grotesque.
A little bit.
It's a little rough.
It's not.
That's totally photoshopped. Look at the
See?
side
It's a
of
video
it.
of that cat. It's not photoshopped.
It's a video. Yeah, this is real.
How do you know?
I can't watch it. I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah, you can. No, it's a totally happy cat.
It is a happy cat. The cat is alive and doing well.
Yeah, I don't want to.
It doesn't want to look at it. It wasn't as bad as I
So anyways,
thought.
the story is this two-faced cat's lived well into its 12th year of life, and it's just sets a record basically.
Wow.
For living that long.
For two-faced cats, how long? It's the longest living two-faced cat. That's the record it broke.
Yep.
Cool. That's
Don't
awesome.
worry, everyone. I'm coming up. I'm listening. All the listeners out there. Chris is coming up. You just have to listen to Liam yap about two-faced cats for a little bit longer.
All right, you're up, Chris.
Oh, okay. Okay, first, I want to talk about. So, have you guys listened to the whole Apple? This guy. So it's the same guy that goes in every year in Vancouver and hacks into all the laptops and like a Vancouver hackathon kind of thing. And he goes in and he hacks, and always Apple falls first. And this same guy, and I should have written down his name, but I was just listening to it in a podcast and was so disgusted by it. So this guy found a major security flaw in the iPhone. Like his app made it through the App Store, and then it got downloaded onto an iPhone. And then from there, he could backdoor into the iPhone and get all the information, right? Like supposedly the lockdown Apple iPhone is, way more secure, but this just showed that that's not true. And this guy could totally get in. So what did Apple do? Well, Apple could have got at it two ways. Apple could have got at it, oh boy, thanks for telling us. Thanks for giving us disclosure. He's given them 2 weeks before he releases the source code. He's not going to release how it's done. He told Apple all about this, and they could have patched it. And they could have said, thank you, that's great, like most companies do. 9 out of 10 companies do that. Or Apple could have pulled his developer license, told him, you're never allowed to develop for iOS or any Apple device ever again. Go away. That's the way they went, which is just absolutely freaking brutal. Brutal.
He won't be able to figure out how to develop for Apple still. That'd be so hard once they've taken your right to do it.
And you know what? That is awful. And I think Apple should get horrible press on this. So I'm talking to everyone about it because that is so brutal of a way to run your company. And that, if Dor was on this podcast right now, he'd be like, this is why closed is so bad. And I don't agree completely with that. But Apple is the ultimate closed, and this is why it's bad. It's something like that, there's probably a ton of flaws like that, and guys are slowly going to start finding them now. And Apple is what they're going to do is kill all the guys that find the flaws. I gotta tell you, that's a bad thing to do. All the guys that are your biggest supporters. I mean, this guy here that did this, he's a supporter. He has an iPhone. He has an iPad. He's a Mac guy.
I don't know, dude. Can I play devil's advocate here for a second?
Sure. Yeah.
I agree that, well, first of all, you don't want to piss guys off that can find security flaws in your system. That's one thing. So they shouldn't have taken it so hard on them. But if you're really a supporter of Apple, don't give them this like you have 2 weeks to fix this or else. Like that's not really being a supporter of Apple. I'm sure they don't want that crap. Why would this guy even make it public? If he's really a supporter of Apple, why not send an email to him saying, I found a flaw. You guys should really know about this. I hope you fix it.
He works for a security research company, so that's why it's a big deal, because this company pays him to do that work.
For Apple? For Apple?
No, to find security flaws in whatever.
Yeah,
To
but
find
Apple's not paying him.